Hi, it's Belinda Aussie Stitcher coming to you on this 1st of August 2024. Oh my goodness, I actually made it to the beginning of the month. How fantastic is that? I hope everyone is going well in your part of the world. As always, I'll do a quick brief update here on my life. I know this is not something that everyone likes. I honestly do try to do it like in the first couple of minutes, 5 tops. So if you're not really interested, but you want to see all the whips I've worked on, fast forward. And there's not a lot to tell this time. We've had more rain. It looks really green. I'll put some pictures in here. Not all of it will be of crops. One of them might be of a silo, an old silo, like old silo. Non-working silo, where they used to put grain in, and the green grass around it when we were mustering sheep and then having to draft sheep. I took some photos, so it's looking amazing, and the relief of it all. Less stress. It's been amazing. What else has been happening? Sophie's in her last term of year 12, and then after this term, I think she's got like a week at school, and then she'll eventually have her year 12 exams. So really not a lot to happen. Oh, Michaela did regional netball in Geraldton. They had a great time. She played with a great bunch of girls, and they won 4 out of their 5 games. But didn't make it into the finals because there was 10 girls in their age group. 10 teams of girls in their age group, and it went on points as well as wins. So, but that was a really, really good experience for her, and she had a blast. And that's it. Really, there's nothing exciting been happening in the last month. It's been raining. Our washing machine died, which I'm sure, just like of course it would. Yeah, just busy, busy, busy. Thank you for everyone who watched my whole video a month ago and said they would love to see a full whip parade. So you will see that in October, November. I try to closely do it at the end of October, so it's roughly 12 months every time. We should have, if the season pans out the way it is, a very long harvest. So I'll be able to get all my whips out and do it. I was quite surprised the amount of people that were like, yeah, we want to see the whips, even if you haven't worked on. Thanks guys, that's amazing. And thank you for all my new subscribers that came with my last video, which was my 2025 plans and my maybe starts. And it was like a mini whip parade. So that was pretty cool. I do have in the works, in about 2 weeks, Mirabilia stash and whip parade. So it'll be just all my Mirabilias that I've started and what's in my stash. I did this roughly 6 years ago and got rid of some, finished some, started some, so it's a bit different. And then I'll do a Joan Elliott one. Don't have as many Joan Elliott started, but I do have a lot in stash. And then I'll eventually do another one, not all at the same time, of my other whips and stash. So I'm not gonna I don't do a mid-year parade, but you will be getting bits of it in the coming weeks. Right, let's get into it. Just finished work, need a coffee. So I had roughly 3 no stitching days. My stitching days is when I stitch at a minimum. I have to stitch 100 stitches a day to be classed as a stitchy day. So I reckon some days I stitched like quite a lot, especially on the weekends. And then during the week, I might have only got 100 stitches, but I'm really happy with that. I did get 686,836 stitches in the month of July, which I am so happy with, so happy. One of those whips, I got like 20 stitches in, but I did a whole heap of back stitch on. So, which would be the last whip you see. So no, really, really happy. My new plants, the way, back to say something and then I blanked. The way that I've been stitching has been working for me, and I'm so happy. My goal is to get roughly 5,000 stitches a month, and if I get that, I'm just like, this is amazing. So anything above is unreal. And last year I had quite a few months where I got like 1,000 stitches for the whole month. So I suppose the more happy you are, less stressed, the more you stitch. Right, let's get into it. So the first whip I'm going to show you is my new 3 monthly stitch, which I didn't show you in my normal updating floss tube because I completely forgot about it. So in this bag, and I got it from Stitch Needs off Etsy. And it's a really cool bag. Very thick. I like it. My 3 monthly whip, I should probably back up. For those who don't know, I have 5 whips that I work on every month. I have 1 whip that I work on every 3 months, and then that gets changed out. And then I have a whip that changes every month, and I work on 12 different whips. This is the next 3 months, or 2 months now, whip. It is the March Fairy by Mirabilia. And this is for Iona, who loves purple. So this is on the Colour Cascade's Colour of the Month. And I don't know what it is, but it's on a 33 count, I think. Here's the before picture. One of these days, I'm going to find my board and bring it out. And here it is. I did 980 stitches. And I did in here, and then I did over in here. Worked my way edge to edge like I like to in the big dresses, just so that I can work within it. It is so beautiful. I love stitching on this. Was a bit hesitant. Purple is a very different colour to use, but it's Iona's favourite colour, and she was very disappointed that her birthstone fairy doesn't have purple in it. So, sorry guys, I'm needing coffee. So my next one in this StitchNButton bag is Vintage Birds. This is one of my main 5 whips that I will work on every month until it's done. So Vintage Birds by Jeanette Douglas. And I started this a couple of years ago for Stitching May's birthday. And I have to say, I am very proud of myself. I did 1,029 stitches, but 512 of those were eyelets. Do not judge my eyelets. The first couple were really wonky, but I did it, guys. Look at that. So, so proud of myself. You can, you might not be able to tell. So you skipped every second one and did it in one colour, and then you came back. So that was my very, very first eyelet. And I'm super proud of that eyelet. So yeah, I just trying to think, did I do any? Okay, so there's cross stitches around, I did the cross stitching around the eyelets first, and then I did the eyelets. Just trying to work out what I did. And yeah, I'm very, very proud. Some of them are very rustic. I'm going with rustic. They are very rustic, but I'm super proud of it. You might notice from the cover page that these are different. I got everyone in our family to pick the favorite color that was part of this, and I'll be stitching their initial in those colors. This is on a 36 count ivory that I got from 123 Stitch. But yeah, I'm super, super proud of those eyelets and the rustic look of them. Next, I did my monthly one that I do once a month, a different one every month. And it's also in this Stitch and Button bag. Here, she might be working on some new bags if you want to join her Facebook group. And she also does these little mini bags, which I just love as well, because it holds like this extra threads, bits and pieces. So this is, so I'm looking for the cover page, Midsummer Night's Fairy by Mirabilia. And this is stitched on 32 count Joe Billen Whimsical Winter by Under the Seas Fabrics. And I did 1,043 stitches. You'll be seeing the before. And here we are. And again, I stitched over here, and I did some of the stitching to the edge, and then I did some of her dress. Loving those colors. Was very, very worried because some of it is seeming to be blending in, but I did do Instagram search of what people have chosen and a Facebook group search in the Mirabilia, and a couple of people have used very similar looking fabric, which is very similar to what was called for. Sorry, my this is banging. And it looked good, and I'm happy with it. I'm happy how other people's looked, and I'm happy that's how roughly mine will look, and I'm happy to continue. Lots of happy there. To continue with it. Right, after Midsummer Fairy, I pulled out Anzac, which is in this Stitch and Button bag. And this is what Anzac looks like. And I'm pretty darn happy with this. I did 1,062 stitches. And this is on a 32 count fabric, which I can't pronounce. I finished the page. Oh my God, guys, how amazing does that look? Can I double it over? We can get a really good look. There we go. How good does that look? So I got the page finished, and I've only got 4 more pages to go, which is I'm on track to a next year finish. So what are we in August? August, September, October, November, January. So I should have the the 2 pages done by January, February, March, April, May, June, so July. About a July finish, depending on how we go. But yeah, this is the side that I worked on. I got the top of North Island done. That weird looking bird. The back stitch. The little fishes. Yeah, love it. Love this design. Was debating whether maybe, I don't want to frame everything. You can't hang everything. But I actually want this frame and hang it up. So, very excited. And then in this Emily C bag is Autumn Queen by Mirabilia. It's the photo one. This is stitched on 32 count Heroic or Ancient by Picture This Plus. You'll be seeing, hopefully, with all of these are before pick, and I did 1,114 stitches. Guys, the dress is done. That felt like a lifetime. So I'm going to hold it up. Hopefully you get to see it all. How amazing. Hopefully you got to see it. Anyway, this is what I worked on. I finished the cape, stitched the hand. Looks a bit weird, but that's how it's. By the time you get the beads, there's a lot of beads in there as well, and in the ring. Stitch the shoulder. I'm gonna go. Now the change I did make in this is that I chose not to use whisper thread. I used that 3866 or something, that white. And it was this, and I subbed out the DMC gold and instead used 028 Chronic for braid. This design has 3 mistakes in it. That is corrections. That is on the Mirabilia website. I found 2. I found the one in the hair, the one in the bodice, and I can't find the other one. Thing is, it's a purple stitch instead of a yellow one, and I can't find it to fix it. And there's nothing glaringly obviously wrong, so it was somewhere mid-cape or something. Anyway, but yeah, so hopefully next round we'll get the face and maybe I'm gonna try and aim for the whole hair, because that I've got the neck, no, that's as helpful as anything, the face and the hair. So we're going to see what we can get done, but it might have to be split over, probably will, 2 months, and then the beading. We are so close, people. So excited. Next we have Outback Storm. That's in this bag that my friend Melody made. I should point out, 0 sewing talent. I can't sew in a machine a straight line. So I'm very appreciative and in awe of people's talents. You know what, I'm gonna take this out because I want to move it anyway. So in Outback Storm, I did 1,279 stitches. This project is coming up to 10 years old. Probably needs another bath. So, I'll show you where I worked in. I finished the Tree from Hell. Well, these pages, like there's obviously more pages of it, but we're in the page that I'm working in. I finished the Confetti Tree of Hell. Doesn't look too bad. This is definitely one of those designs you need to step back. So, and now I'm in background. So, for a look, that's it there. And then it goes all the way over to there. So, I do love it. I do get a little bit discouraged sometimes with how pixelated it looks, but it really does look really good when you step away. And my husband likes it, which he finds cross-stitching not interesting, but weird. So if you like something, it's worthwhile keep doing. And in this Just Jan Stitching Necessities bag is my Sleeping Beauty. And I didn't really, like I worked on it 3 days, and all I basically did, I did a little bit of cross stitching down here, or wherever it was, maybe it was in here. But the rest of it was back stitching. And kind of realized some things. So this is stitched on 32 count Bashful by Picture This Plus. Here's a before pic, not that it really matters, because all I really did was some back stitching. So I stitched a little bit down here, back stitched in here, and then around that pillow, and then in the dress, which you either can or cannot see, just gives it a bit more definition. Right, what I did find out is that this is not supposed to be backstitched in metallic, it's supposed to be in a green. Guess who's not ripping this out? And now all of this is going to be in Chronic. There is gold Chronic in there, and it's not supposed to be, it's supposed to be in that green. Guess who's not ripping that out? And now all her roses are going to be full-on metallic green and that colour. This is not supposed to be backstitch in Chronic either, just in here. I'm not ripping that out either. Thought about it, almost attempted to, and then realised it's not worth it. So we had a little oopsie. I actually like it. I like this anyway. So yeah, it is what it is. You make a mistake. Sometimes though, it just works. And looking from a distance, that back stitching does stand out. So yeah, it was worth it. So hopefully next time I get to, I want to finish the pillow bit in here. There's a page cut off here. So I want to finish this little bit, do the flowers in here and do the back stitch. I don't know necessarily. I don't know how much back stitch I did. I did a lot. I don't count back stitch. So yeah. And that is all my whips. Now I'll be stitching on all the same again, except for instead of stitching on Midsummer Fairy, I spun my wheel and it picked this very, very special bag by my friend Melody. And yes, I'm going to show you it again. If you saw my last video, you saw it. This is like so super special. she cross-stitched the middle, in it. And that is just amazing. Love it. So it pulled Fairy Flora. Do I have? Yep. By Mirabilia. And if you watched my plans video, my random draw pulled it for next year as well, which is kind of good. This is stitched on a 32 count something. Not sure what. Not 100% sure which way it goes. But I will know next time, but that's my starting point. And I'm so happy that it got pulled. Not gonna lie, I was disappointed that some other whips didn't get pulled, but I feel like this is for next year, but I feel like the way I'm doing it is a fair way that everything gets a chance, and I can see progress on different things until I can whip down and work on mostly my whips in a year. Now I did have some stash. I got some new Mirabilias, but instead of showing it here and then showing you it again in 2 weeks, I'm just gonna leave it and show it in my Mirabilia parade. And I think that's it, people. It's good to catch up. Thank you for watching, commenting and liking. I hope that you get stitchy time, and I hope, as I said at the beginning, wherever you are, it's going okay. It's been a rough year for a lot of people, and what's rough for one person is not maybe rough for another person, but if it's rough for you, just deep breaths, get through it. It's going to be okay. We've all had rough years. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Happy stitching. Bye.